Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company with £1,000 referral with the code SCAR10. Today we're going to talk about the riot at Long Lartin prison. They have reported that riot officers were sent to Long Lartin high security prison after 70 inmates went on a rampage and took over a wing. And this prison is a category A prison, so it's going to hold murderers, armed robbers and maybe worse. 10 inmates caused staff to retreat from a wing of HMP Long Lartin in Worcester on Tuesday evening while damaging part of the building. Prison staff were attacked with pool balls and one officer went to hospital after directly sustaining an injury in the incident. A specialist unit of prison officers called the Tornado Team. So this is like riot police, they have riot gear, they're specially trained to deal with these situations in an attempt to restore order. It then goes on to say the Ministry of Justice have said the incident has been resolved and further details will be provided later. The high security prison has 622 inmates and is believed to currently hold 500. According to 2018 report into the prison following a serious disturbance involving 81 prisoners, 75% of them were serving life sentences. A quarter of all inmates were classed as category A or high security offenders. That's what's strange about this, is that lifers tend to riot less, if that makes sense, because a lifer's settling into his term. They understand that they're going to be in there for a long time, so a lot of the time they are mainly the ones that don't have the most issues. So it would be interesting to find out what their reasons for this riot are, because everybody knows that in 2016, December of 2016, at Winson Green Prison in Birmingham, there was a riot on N Wing. It started on N Wing. I know this because my nephew was on the wing. They then shipped him out after the riot. He went to open jail then, and then he breached his conditions and then got sent to Ramby in Nottingham, which is what will happen if you don't do as they tell you in an open prison. You need to abide by the rules. You can't be smoking weed or doing anything like that, having mobile phones, because you will get taken back to closed quarters. Well, and I can't lie, it was worrying when he was in there at the time. The story was in riot cost millions of pounds worth of damage was done in the riots. Footage emerged online, was in the papers to show what was going on, how the prison guards had literally just lost complete control. There was an inquiry into it afterwards, and G4S, who is actually the security company responsible for the prison in Birmingham, was actually lost the contract. The government took the contract back. Like, that's how many failures was happening. Prisoners then went on to say that there was a lot of mental health issues in there and that the governors were not dealing with them. So for example, some prisoners on medication were not being given it. So of course, if you're locked up for so many hours a day and you're not getting the medication you need, then it's going to affect your mental health. In 2018, there was 6 inmates died at HMP Birmingham, a privately run prison at the time. Since then, it's now been taken back, and there was 7 deaths in 2017. The weirdest thing is a lot of these deaths are unexplained. Like the inquiries, autopsies are still going on now. Like, they don't know. Some of them are spice related. One of the deaths this year was down to natural causes, they said, but still under investigation. The deaths are all meant to be unrelated, and one guy called John Delahaye, who was on remand after he assaulted 2 people in a church in Aston last September. He died in March, a week before his trial for attempted murder and several other charges. The prison director, Rob Kellett, at the time, I don't know if he's still there, said every death in custody is thoroughly investigated. He declined to comment until further investigations. And the capacity at Winson Green is 1,400. So it seems that there is a massive issue in prisons right now. The safety of inmates, regardless of what they've done, they've been put in there for a reason, and it is society's responsibility to make sure that they are at least looked after to a human rights level. So I really want to hear what people have to say on this, and any experiences you've had in your family, anyone that's been to prison, that we could potentially learn from to make it a bit more of a productive environment. I really appreciate you joining me. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram at Scarcity Studios. Peace.